Hello, hello. Today is day 16 of our 21 days for cultivating a connection with your inner spirit. And I was prompted to do this from a request that I got about, like, there's only one way to God. Like, that's what this person was taught. Like, and if you're in a religious upbringing, it's very limited in what you're taught, because that religion, whatever it is, I don't care what religion it is, it's going to have its specific dogma, its beliefs, like all of us. I have my beliefs about stuff, they're mine. I share those, but ultimately everyone has got to find their own way. Everybody's got to find their own way. And I've often thought this, that I think that way, it's like, it's not one set path. It can be different for every single person. It's, like I said, I've been a big follower of unity forever, just because I like what they say. Do I agree with everything? No. But I agree with a lot of stuff. And then there's other people that I follow too. And the other thing is, like I said, I listen to a lot of Joel Osteen. And I always say, I think he's a metaphysician who uses Christian language. Do I agree with everything he says? No, I don't. And should everyone agree with everything I say? Absolutely not. That's why it's really important that we start to learn to trust ourselves, trust our unique inner spirit, that way for us will be shown and revealed. And that can look very different than someone else's. And I said this, I have a really good friend who was raised Catholic like I was. I was raised in St. Louis, Missouri. She was raised in New Mexico, about 3 hours south of where I am now. And she had a great upbringing in it. I did not so much. Yeah, there were the good things, but a lot of it it's very punitive, very punishing. So, and with her, I'm like, that's great. It's great that it gives you meaning and purpose. If you belong to a specific religion, and if it gives you meaning and purpose, that's huge. It's important. The place where I don't know if it's draw the line, but where it gets a little wonky for me is when someone tells you that they know the exact way. They know the way. And again, I have my opinions. I have things that I believe now due to things like my spiritual experience and things, but we all have to find our own way with that. And I think somebody saying they know the way, they can teach you the way, they can show you the way, I question that, because we're all unique beings having a unique human experience as well. And so I can't say enough that I think the idea is to cultivate what feels right and true for us, what feels lighter, what feels freer, what feels better. And if you notice something feels punitive, I had this thought this morning. Oh my God, I was doing some dishes and it came to me like, oh, Marti, there's nothing punishing about this, because that's such a deep programming in me from Catholicism. And even though I have such a vastly different view of things now, it doesn't mean that programming doesn't flare up here and there, and that I catch it and go, wow, it's not about being punished. Oh, I know what it was. I do these morning readings. And sometimes it's not the very first thing that I do. I have 7 animals, so I have a lot of things that I'm doing, but I always make time for it. And I noticed my brain going to this place, like, it's got to be the very first thing you do. And I was like, no, it doesn't. It was that still, quiet voice, like, no, it doesn't. What matters is that you're conscious of it and that it's something that you practice. So it's when you catch that voice, like, well, it's got to be done exactly this way. And in the tapping world, to me, that's the bully in the brain. It's got to be done this way, or it's not going to be the right way. People defy the odds all the time. And again, when all of us cross over, we may find, hey, whatever way worked for me was the way that was best for me. And I think that speaks to unity more than anything, rather than dogma. I mean, I've seen so many circumstances I've experienced in my own family's life where people were rejected because they weren't following the way. And I just always go, how is that possibly Christian in any way? And I don't consider myself Christian. But like, how is that Christian to reject someone, like to excommunicate, and over and over and over again, especially as I learn like a bit more of like biblical teachings and stuff, it's like Jesus hung out with the not popular people. He hung out and migrated to the people that weren't of seeming high esteem. And it's really fascinating when you look at that. And so, again, I'm not here to tell anybody what to believe or how to believe it. The idea of this is to help you see, where do I have resistance? It's like to be like, no, it's okay that right now I'm in a space I don't trust God, the universe, whatever. I don't. But if we make that okay, rather than make it wrong or judge ourselves for it, what that does is it opens space for that inner spirit to come through us rather than like by us. Like, we don't have to make it happen. It happens through us. So let's tap. Karate chop. Even though I may have been told there's only one way to God. Only one way. I choose to acknowledge this truth right now. Even though I have this belief that feels like a truth, there's only one way to God. What if I could see this differently, even just a little bit now? Even though I want to find a way that really resonates with my inner spirit, a way to connect that feels good to me, that feels true for me, regardless of what anyone else says or does. I choose to acknowledge this truth right now. That's challenging. In this culture I live in, everyone has an opinion. And many people think their way is the right way. But what if this is so individual? Just like our human experience. There is no one else on the planet right now that's exactly like me. So I have my own unique ways of seeing things. And what if I can remind myself of that? So that I learn to make it okay to cultivate my inner spirit in a way that feels good to me. I like that idea a lot. In so many ways, it feels so much lighter and freer. Then there's only one way to connect with God, Spirit, the universe, whatever I want to call it. And what if the more I start to honor my way, that it's going to unfold for me through guidance and direction that can come to me, come through me, what if that makes all the difference over time? That the way I connect with spirit can be very different from someone else. And what if each of us has to find the way that works for us, the way that uplifts and helps us? And again, no matter what someone else says. And what if that's a great place to start? To believe that the way will be shown for me that's right for me. The guidance and direction will come. And as I follow those steps that get revealed to me, what if things unfold in my life in really surprising and amazing ways? And I find the way to connect with spirit that works best for me. Be it out in nature, be it on a hike, be it driving in my car. Wherever I tune in and listen, what if the best way for me keeps getting revealed? And I know it because it feels good. I like that idea a lot. Even if I struggle with the belief of that right now. So take a breath. And the idea behind this is just when, you can't change what you judge. And there's so much judgment that's so much rampant in this world. And any way that we can learn to judge ourselves less and accept ourselves more is huge. It's huge. And again, I've just had so many experiences in my life growing up in a very, the religion that I grew up in, where people are telling you this is the way it has to be done. And it was just a measurement you could never measure up to as a human in a body on this planet. It was absolute insanity, really. And it's like, again, it's just each of us going, what feels best for me, and to find that unique path and know that it is that guidance and direction will come to you in the right time, in the right way. So that's it for now. See you back here tomorrow with day 17, and bye for now.